Okay, folks, this is Adewale, and today is the first day of this experiment I'm trying to do. Now, I've always wanted to learn how to code, and it's just felt like such a big mountain to climb because there's so many things in my mind that I would love to be able to do with coding. And I was thinking if ChatGPT could help me learn to code as someone who's a complete novice in coding. And so this experiment is I'm going to be trying on a daily basis to learn something at a time. And I'm just sharing my ideas with you just in case there's someone else out there who is trying to learn to code, but is just completely terrified about the idea of even starting. And perhaps they could find these videos and use it as a motivation to help themselves to learn to code. Now, there are options of learning to code by having a teacher and stuff like that. But I was wondering if it's possible to just do it by myself and use ChatGPT as a teacher. Um, from what I know so far about ChatGPT, if you were to type it, can you teach me how to code? It's going to tell you no. And it just gives you some basic things. But the way I understand it and the way I've been using ChatGPT has been that being a psychotherapist, if I want to write different articles around helping people to cope better emotionally, um, my deeper knowledge of psychotherapy enables me to get the goods out of ChatGPT because I understand the systems and the concepts. So I know the kind of questions to ask it to get the goods out. So I've been watching YouTube videos of programmers who are using ChatGPT to make programs. And I realized that the difference between them and me is I don't know the key words, the key concepts, and the things like the variables, the functions, the loop, the systems that they know, which helps them to guide ChatGPT in the right direction. So I was wondering if I could get ChatGPT to teach me the concepts, the principles, and the functions, the systems. Could I also then get it to gradually show me ideas around coding in a way that will actually help me to learn to start coding? So this is my experiment. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm trying to commit to doing something around coding each day. And so today, what I've just done, first of all, is to tell ChatGPT that I'm a complete novice at coding and I want to learn Python. I've chosen Python because I understand Python as a language that was used to make YouTube and things like Facebook, I believe. And the kind of things I would like to create, I feel I want it to have some very interactive functionalities in a that's similar. I think Twitter was also created with Python. I may be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong. So I'm going to try to learn Python. And so what I've asked ChatGPT is to um, help me as a complete novice to just show me where the best place to start how to code Python is. And it's giving me some suggestions. So the plan is that I'm going to take each of the suggestions and ask ChatGPT, perhaps it's to see if it can give me the next step. And then I'll keep going until I keep getting the next step, getting the next step, and see perhaps I'll actually get to understand a little bit of Python to start off with, to start doing some coding. So this is my experiment, and I'll keep you updated on how I get on with this. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Actually, before I go, just give you a few of the things it says. So it's asked me to familiarize myself with the basics of programming, and whilst it's saying I can understand by reading online tutorials or taking an online course that covers the fundamentals of programming. So what I'm going to be asking next is, can you actually show me the fundamentals of Python programming? Let's do that first. So these are the things I need to understand: variables, data types, operators, control structures, functions, modules. So I guess my first intention would be to spend some time just understanding these initial variables and how to use them. Um, so, so variables are things that are used to store other values. So numbers, strings, which is text, and other data types. Just give me an example here. X equals to 10, so that's stored there. Hello, the string. Z equals to 1, 2, 3. Can you... Something I'm wondering is whether by doing it this way, would I have a better understanding of programming than I would have if I had a teacher? Perhaps not, because sometimes what happens with teachers is teachers can see the bigger picture as they're trying to teach you, and perhaps can get you to your goal fast as possible. But as I like to do things on my own, which is perhaps one of my own weaknesses, um, I'm also thinking that going on almost like a exploration journey of learning that gives me a different experience, um, that might actually help it be more engaging and interesting for me. And perhaps because I tend to find when I'm listening to YouTube videos or listen to teachers talking about coding, sometimes perhaps because of the words they use, the terms they use, without thinking that somebody who is listening doesn't understand what they're saying, I just glaze over. My eyes glaze over. Perhaps this process will keep me engaged and interested to get me through the whole program. So here's my first tutorial that I've learned. In Python, a variable is a named location in memory, okay, where you can store a value. When you create a variable, you give it a name and a value, and the value is stored in both, for example. Okay. So variables are an important concept in programming that they allow me to store and manipulate data in my program. It's important to choose descriptive and meaningful variables, as this will make your code easier to read and understand. So I've understood my first concept in coding, which is variables. I'm into a program that may feel like a silly thing. I know I've tried to do some coding before, and they talked about variables, but for some reason I feel I have a deeper understanding of variables just now than I've ever had listening to anybody talk about variables. Seriously. Okay. So there you have it. Learned my first concept in coding, and I'll keep you guys updated daily about my progress. Okay. Thanks. Bye.